It is a week to forget. If you're a Liverpool fan, a 2-2 draw of Manchester United where we couldn't convert our chances. A 3-0 defeat in the Europa League to Atalanta at Anfield where we couldn't convert our chances. And now a 1-0 defeat at Anfield to Crystal Palace, which has put us in the least favourable position to win the title because we couldn't convert our chances. Overall, my thoughts on the game, we were sloppy and slow again from the off, and we got punished by what was a very good Crystal Palace goal, do not get me wrong, but our performance in general was not good enough. Then in the second half, we did start to pile on the pressure, and we had some amazing chances, but we let ourselves down once again. I'm going to get into the player ratings very shortly. If you want to skip to them, go right ahead. It's all timeline and timestamp below. But before I do, I cannot understand what Jurgen Klopp was thinking with the team selection. Just one thing in particular. The midfield three. The exact same three that started was lacklustre and poor against Atalanta. I cannot understand what went through his mind to say that midfield three that did not work at all as a unit should start the next game. I'm not a tactical genius, and I'm not one to question Jurgen Klopp on his tactical analysis because he knows more than me. But I just can't understand why that was the choice. Anyways, like I said, getting into the player ratings. For me, when I do player ratings, 6 is what I call bang average. And anything above that, they've done something all right. Anything below that means they were not at it. So starting off with Alisson, I'm giving him a 6. I think he made one incredible save against Mateta, and I couldn't believe he'd done it. It was a reaction, reflex save, but other than that, he didn't really have much to do, and it's hard to give him a really high match rating when you lose a game, such as life as a goalkeeper. The back four, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk. I've all given them match ratings of a 5. Now, I think that Konate was off the ball, he was poor. Mateta caused them all kinds of troubles. I thought Van Dijk and Bradley were just sort of there, but didn't do anything exceptional. Van Dijk had how many chances from corners? And I don't think he hit the target once, which was unacceptable, not good enough. In my opinion, if you get them many chances, you have to at least hit the target once to make the keeper work. And he had them. He had the Crystal Palace defenders, but he just couldn't convert. And Conor Bradley, he got subbed off at half-time, but his first up just after half-time because he got injured, but his first half wasn't exactly amazing. On the flip side, I thought Andy Robertson was quite good. It was positive. He made an incredible goal line clearance. His running up and down the left side was relentless. He looked like our best outlet and opportunity to score. He almost got an assist or two. I just think he was a bit unlucky that no one could finish their dinner today. Moving on to the starting midfield. That midfield that I brought up earlier, that was lacklustre against Atalanta and was more than lacklustre against Crystal Palace once again. Endo, Jones and McAllister. Now McAllister I've given a 6. I think he was okay. He wasn't amazing, wasn't brilliant, but he was okay, you know. Wataru Endo off the pace, not having a good game at all. I just don't know what's going on with him. He's struggling a little bit recently. Hopefully he gets his form back. He just seems tired, and he got subbed off at half time for good reason. And then Curtis Jones, I given the joint lowest rating on the pitch today of a match rating of 4. Awful. Passing and everything wasn't great. Slow, getting dispossessed. Wasn't exactly amazing at tracking back either. And then he had the golden opportunity of the game. Brilliantly played in by Cody Gakpo. Give him his credit, Gakpo. Once again, he was good, but I'll get on to him in a minute. And Curtis Jones didn't even hit the target, and it was unacceptable. It's not acceptable in any way. He had a chance moments before where he just didn't commit to it, wasn't alive enough, and Curtis Jones, he can't start in the next couple of games. He's obviously just come back from injury. Maybe that's a bit of sharpness missing, but it needs to improve. Moving on to the front three. Luis Diaz, let's start positive. He was good. I thought he was quite impressive. On and off the ball, running, tireless, doesn't stop going. Unlucky not to score. Some incredible saves from the goalkeepers, from some incredible efforts. And just a bit unfortunate. Darwin Núñez and the Mo Salah on the other hand. Núñez just, he just seems tired and he's not on it. It's not like his finishing was poor today like it has been in previous weeks. He just has less of a presence, and it's getting that way for a few games and a few weeks now that his presence isn't what it was. And whether it's because he's tired and he doesn't run in him, I'm not sure, or something else is missing. But he needs to improve, and I think part of improving means he needs to be dropped down to the bench for a little while, especially with Jota and coming back and Gakpo being in form. And then Mo Salah, I could say the exact same thing. The man can't finish anymore. Sometimes it feels like it didn't want to go in for us today, so I'm not gonna drill on about it too much. But his attempts in front of goal, they're like back passes at times, and it's just not acceptable. Moving on to the bench once again. I'll give a 6 if someone came on. They didn't really influence the game, but didn't do anything wrong. And that's what I've gone with Trent and Dominic Szoboszlai. No one had an influence. In fact, same with Jota and Harvey Elliott as well. None of them really had an influence on today's game. It did improve with players like Jota and that coming on. As you can see, they're higher rated than the players they came on for, apart from Luis Diaz. Personally, I think Diaz should have stayed on and Salah should have come off for Gakpo. But I'm not Jurgen Klopp, and he knows what he's doing better than me most of the time. If not all of the time, of course. But then the only other person I haven't spoken about is Cody Gakpo, who overly impressed me again. I just thought he was good. He cut him through, making the right passes, brilliantly placed passes into the right areas, and I feel like he's actually been disserviced 2 games in a row by a team that has not been at his standard. And this is Cody Gakpo, who we were saying was not good enough not too long ago. I think he has been a standout performer now for a couple of weeks in a team that has been falling down and has become more and more lackluster. And today the ball didn't go in. It went in against Sheffield. We got our chances in that one. Got a bit lucky and some moments of brilliance like McAllister. But Crystal Palace didn't go in. Didn't get the same luck, and we've been made to pay. And that is the story of the day, really. And now we are looking like we might crash out of the Europa League. Looking like we are very unlikely to win the Premier League, and have got it all to do in the final 6 or potentially 6 league games, 1 more cup game, unless we can turn it around. We shall see in midweek against Atalanta. But yeah, until then, I'll see you all in another one. Peace.